Probably not the circumstances in which you wanted to make your league debut, but what was it like eventually making that debut?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, it was long awaited. I had to be patient for it, and thankfully it happened. And obviously the circumstances with Dan getting suspended wasn't ideal, but that happened. And you know, I came on and I had to do a job, and I think I've done that. So I think now it's just up to me really to sort of perform and do well in training to get the certain spot and hopefully keep it.
Yeah, and that's the challenge now, isn't it?
Yeah, that when you get the shirt, you're always fighting for a position, and the gaffer says if you get the shirt, you have to play well to keep it. So I think that's all on me. I have to sort of keep concentrated and just try to perform the best I can.
What have you made of the move to here?
I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's that I wanted to come play men's football every week, and I think this was a great spot for me, a great opportunity, and I feel Glasgow as well. It's very similar to back home, so I think I settled in well, and obviously it's good for your family and that to come over. It's a 20-minute flight, so it's handy for me and for obviously the family. But I think the move as a whole has been good for me so far.
Who's been the biggest influences in your career?
There's been a lot of people that I've been involved with, very big names. I've had Patrick Vieira. He was probably a huge one for me. Obviously, the kind of person he is, he's huge in the football world, but he's so much experience, and he was just there to help you, especially when someone who's won the World Cup and everything. For anything he says to you, you're going to take it on board and use it to try progress in your career. But I feel from the start of my career back home, like I've had my first manager, David Jeffrey. He was huge name back home, and I think if he didn't give me the opportunity, I probably wouldn't have this opportunity to be here. So I've had loads of managers that have helped me along the way. So I just feel every club I've been at, there's always been someone there that's really had an impact on my career.
How much of what Vieira told you how to progress did you take on board, do you think?
Everything, even the smallest things of working your feet, being sharper. And I think it's just sort of having that confidence to not make mistakes but take risks, because if you don't take the risks, you're not going to have the higher outcome. So with him, he was just constantly working on you every day. He was just playing two-touch with you to help your technique and everything. So everything he said I had to take on board, because you don't really get many opportunities to work with someone of that calibre.
Ever get the hairdryer treatment from him?
Thankfully not. Thankfully not. To sort of not stayed in the shadows, but I just made sure that I was doing the best that I could, and if I was doing the best I could and I didn't do it right, then at least he couldn't say that I wasn't trying.
You obviously had to, you made a good impact in your first game here back in the League Cup. You had to wait a long time to get the chance in the league. Again, the manager was praising you for your professionalism during that spell. How do you kind of deal with that situation where you just haven't been patient and waiting and then be ready when you get that chance?
I think you always have to be ready, because you never know when you're going to get your opportunity. So for me, it was not to lose the head, not to sort of throw the toys out the pram. I just had to be patient, and I was always ready to come on and take the opportunity. And the manager as well, he was talking to me saying that I will get my chance, and I think that's good for me as well, because it keeps me in the right frame of mind to always be ready when the opportunity comes. And Saturday probably came on quicker than I expected, but at the same time I'd done all my preparation, so I was ready to come on and do the job that I had to do.
What are the sort of main differences sort of going to maybe the more technical side of things at a club like Crystal Palace to come in, firstly coming from sort of men's football in Ireland to then having been in the EFL and then your sort of experiences in Scottish football?
It's different in ways, but at the same time it's very similar. You're wanting to play football, and it's all the same as what you want to do. You have a game plan and all that. With Palace, it was play out from the back, and here's not too dissimilar. You want to play at the back, but at the same time you have that license just to go in behind, because you have the opportunity to do it, and clubs sort of set up and give you that. So there's not two dissimilarities in the whole aspect of it, but at the same time, I think it's something that, because I was there, I sort of fitted in a bit better, because I had that experience of being comfortable with the ball, wanting to play out, and coming here and they do the same here. So I think it was sort of an easy sort of stepping stone for me.
Did you speak to anyone or know of anyone who played here before you had made the move over?
Yeah, I've one of my best mates, Keane. He's at St Mirren, so we would always stay in contact, and I was always on to him, and he said it would be, I would enjoy it, and it would be a good experience for me. And he says it's a good place to be, because with the international as well, he was in the sort of same position as me. He wasn't really playing a lot, and then when he came over, he got his international sort of call up, and he's progressed and shot on from there. So he said the exact same as me. It was very similar to home, and he felt like he fitted in very well. So just speaking to him sort of persuaded me a lot to come up.
So nothing's really surprised you then, if it's quite similar to what you've been used to?
No, nothing's really surprised me. It's the same weather and all that. So I'm happy enough with where I am. Yeah.
What do you expect from Hibs on Saturday?
A tough game. Every game's going to be tough, but we just have to prepare right, look at the game plan, and sort of stick with that. We can't worry too much about them. We just have to sort of worry about ourselves and do what we're good at, and hopefully that puts us in a good stead to win the game.
You've got a break next weekend. It's important to get into that with 3 points, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think even the game on Saturday there, it was important for us to bounce back after Aberdeen, and we did that. So we just have to take the momentum into Saturday and get the 3 points and take the break and rest up.
But there's quite a lot of momentum there, isn't there? Because you're doing well in the league and you're in the semi-finals. It's a good place to be. Yeah,
it's a brilliant place to be. It's what you ask for. You want the cup runs and you want to do well in the league, and I think we're doing that with a good squad and big enough squad to you can rest people, you can chop and change. So I think we've got the momentum. So hopefully after the international break we don't lose that momentum and we'll keep on pushing.